Hey there, Danny here. Welcome to my ramblings. I want to talk to you tonight about a couple of things. One, gaslighting and manipulation. Here's the thing. Gaslighting is somebody doing something and you know that you did it and they tell you that you didn't do it, or they try to convince you that you're losing your mind. That's what gaslighting is. Manipulation is them lying or playing games to get you to do something that they want you to do or don't want you to do. And here's the thing. Here's why it used to irritate me, because I hated the thought of them thinking I was stupid. Which was stupid in itself. Because the truth is, the honest to God truth is, it doesn't matter what they do. They can play their games, let them gaslight, let them manipulate. The man upstairs, God is watching. God watches everything. It doesn't matter what somebody does behind your back. God's watching. Don't think that it won't come back around and bite them. What you put out there is going to come back at you. That's just how it works. We reap what we sow. Why? Because that's the way that it works. And the truth is, I don't have to do anything. The day will come when the people that gaslight or manipulate me or you are going to have to pay the price for the games that they played. I don't have to have proof of anything. Neither do you. The man upstairs, God, the man upstairs sees everything. Even if they think they're being sneaky and nobody can see, the man upstairs sees everything. And on Judgment Day, how do you think that's going to hold up? Anyways, I wanted to have a conversation about the whole think outside the box and stay in your lane thing. So, what box are they talking about, and what lane are they talking about? What box? If you're inside a box, I don't care if it's cardboard, I don't care what it's made out of. If you're inside a box, aren't you essentially in a cage? Wouldn't your first priority be to get out of it? I mean, figure a way out. Why would you think outside of it? Except for, I gotta get the hell out of this thing. And two, stay in your lane. Well, depending on what road I'm driving down. If I'm down a 2-lane road, yeah, I pretty much gotta stay in my lane. But if I'm between a 4 and a 6-lane road, the lane I'm in slows down because, well, somebody up ahead had a flat tire, their car won't start, or whatever. Whatever reason that lane slowed down. Why would I stay here? There's 2 other lanes that I can get into, or maybe 1 other lane that I can get into and go around. Why wouldn't I? Why would I stay here and complain that my lane is going slow? Just move to a different lane and go about your business. Those two metaphors just never made any sense to me. Think outside the box. Why am I in a box? And where did this box come from? The only thing I can think about the box, honestly, is because we are raised and preconditioned with false beliefs that our parents were also preconditioned with false beliefs, and they just passed it on to us. The whole well, you can't go out and explore the world, and you can't go do those things, you gotta have money for that. You can do whatever the hell you want. There is no limit to what you can do. You just have to work at it and keep going. And you want to know what? Failure? Let's talk failure. I never quite comprehended why anybody thought failure was a bad thing. If I fail, if I am setting out to do something, and I fail the first time, I'm not upset. I'm happy. I'm excited. That means I'm one failure closer to success. There is not, unless you came from money and your parents paid for everything for you, There's not one human being out here that hasn't had to work for their success. They had to climb obstacles. They had to fall. They had to overcome their failures over and over again. And how did they get to that success? They learned from each failure. That's called growth. Why we think failure is a bad thing, I don't know. You're one step closer to success. And with each failure, you're even closer. Why would you stop? And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, that life is going to knock you on your knees. It's going to. It's going to knock every single one of us on our knees. The way I look at it, we have one of two choices. One of two choices. We can sit there on our knees and wallow in self-pity, feel sorry for ourselves, potentially drag ourselves down into addiction or potentially homelessness or whatever else could happen. A multitude of things could happen. Or, while we're down on our knees, we could look up to the man upstairs and say, look, I need strength. I need help. I can't do this on my own. Please help me get out of this. Guide me where I need to go. And then you just get up and start moving. You find the simplest way for you to get up. And once you're on your feet, you take your first step. It doesn't matter how fast, how big, or anything else. It could be the littlest step. Crawl if you have to. If you can't get up at this point, crawl your ass over to a fence or a signpost or something. Crawl. You have two choices. Stay on those knees, wallow in self-pity, and go down the rabbit hole. Or look to the man upstairs and allow him to guide you. And all you have to do for him to guide you is keep moving forward. You can't let any obstacle stop you. Obstacles come, things happen to you because they're meant to teach you something. They're attempting to teach you how to be resilient. And once you're resilient and you're working to love yourself and find your true authentic self, nobody can ever take any of that from you again. You never have to deal with somebody manipulating you and you actually falling for it. You don't have to deal with the toxicities of this world or the negativities of this world that you have had to before. Because once you learn to be resilient, once you learn to love yourself and find your true authentic self, your walk with the Lord, you see that stuff a mile away. You see it in people that you don't really know. It's more than obvious. But you can't stay down. You can't stay in the box. You can't stay in the lane. And you damn well can't stay on your knees. You gotta go. You gotta move. It's the only way forward. You can't go forward if you stay where you're at. You gotta move. But remember, anybody who does anything wrong to you, God's watching. You don't have to get revenge. You don't have to do anything. God's watching. God's watching. He's going to deal with them when it's proper time. His timing, not yours. And when that day comes, you would think that you'd be like, oh yes, it's finally here. Well, the old me would have thought that. Now, I don't think like that. I pity them when it does come back around to bite them in the ass. But I'm not going to be there to feel sorry for them or deal with any of it because I had nothing to do with it. You created your own mess. Find your way out of your box. Okay, those are just some things that I just never. It always floored me. Why are we stuck in a box? Where did this box come from? Lane. Why do I gotta stay in one lane? What are you talking about? Why can't I move to another lane? I get it. You know, stay in your lane so you're not in everybody else's business. I get that part of it, but you don't have to be in everybody's business. If you're switching lanes, I'm switching lanes because I'm not getting stuck behind these people. I have to get over where I gotta go. I can't do any help to these people. Why am I gonna stay there? I'm gonna go over where I gotta go. How would I get food delivered to customers so quickly if I stayed in my lane? It wouldn't work. I'd be late all the time. Which actually I'm pretty early most of the time. So, I don't have those issues, but I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of feel like our society puts these rules and these dreams in our head that we're supposed to pursue, but I never felt. I always questioned why. This is it. I mean, the American dream. Let's go out and work. Let's go out and go to college and work and get married and have kids and buy a house. Now I'm in the house. What am I doing? Oh, now I'm spending all of my money filling it up. I'm paying all of my money to do the maintenance on it. And now I sit here for the next, 50 years until I die or I go to a nursing home? This is it. This is the dream that they sold me. 6 months after buying the house that I owned, I hated the dream. I was like, this is it. This is all there is. I don't want this. There's a great big world out there. But they have preconditioned us to believe that we need to stay centrally located in our little places and be happy there. We can take our vacation that we get 1 week or 2 weeks that are paid off so we can go do our little vacations then. But the rest of the year, you must be here at least 40 hours a week so you can pay for a roof over your head, food in your mouth, and clothes on your back. We don't care if you're struggling. That's not our problem. That's your problem. But this is the dream. How can you not be happy? We sold you this dream. Well, why aren't you happy? Because I wasn't. There's a great big world out here. I wanted to go see the world. Well, I got to. So I got the RV. Well, I can't say that. Last couple of years since my accident, I haven't been able to do the traveling. But in 2025, traveling is all I am doing. As soon as it warms up, I will be by my dad and my mom in Oklahoma and hanging out with them for quite a few months. We may go up north a little bit once it gets too hot there because I don't want to deal with the heat anymore. I'm chasing the 75-degree weather. That's why I come back to Arizona in the winter, because it's beautiful here in the winter. Anyways, just kind of wanted to share some of those things with you, thoughts that were running through my head tonight while I was doing delivery. It was a very exciting night, but just remember, failure shouldn't be looked down upon. You should be excited. I failed once. All right, I'm so much closer to success. And with each failure, you're going to learn something from each failure. By the time you get to success, you're going to be a pro at what you've been doing. So why do we look down on failure as a bad thing? It's not. It's all stepping stones to get to where you want. Don't stop and wallow in that fear or in that failure. And when life takes you to your knees, look up to the sky and tell that man, I can't see a way out, but give me the clarity and give me the strength to do it. And if you gotta crawl to start moving forward, that's all you gotta do. You'll see. He'll send you people and things that you need when you need them. When you have hit your last straw and you think it's just the end, it's never the end. Somebody or something comes in to help you. That's why I constantly preach to you guys about taking care of God's children. Because you could be being an angel for somebody else and you don't even know it. What if somebody hasn't had a meal in 2 days and they're starving? And everybody's looking at them like they're dirty and they're homeless and oh my God. And you give them a meal. they're going to think, wow, I was so starving. God really came through for me. The truth is, there's a lot of nice people out here. I know from being out here doing delivery. There's a lot of people that will, if somebody's begging for money, will grab something to eat from. If I have cash on me, it's okay, buddy. If I have cash on me, I will give them my cash. But if I don't have cash, which I rarely ever do, then I'll stop and I'll get them something to eat at a restaurant or whatever they want. I don't choose for them. I let them choose, because just because they don't have money doesn't mean that they can't choose what they want. Come on now. I really haven't had any of them go outrageous. They're all very, very kind about it, so. But anyways, I'm going to let you go because evidently Myron thinks it's time for us to go to bed. Can you hear the whining, the barking? Anyways, I'll let you guys go tonight. Ponder on some of what I said tonight. Let me know what you think. Contact information's below. Look forward to hearing from you. Bye. Love ya.